The Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, and even the Sphinx. In the middle of the Nevada desert. Welcome to Las Vegas. Spectacular casinos where you can gamble 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's the city where anything goes. Last year alone, more than 40 million people visited the gambling capital of the world. But Las Vegas is also rapidly becoming the capital of temptation of a different sort. Pictures of half-naked girls are everywhere, on billboards, on taxis and trucks, and on buildings. The casinos compete with each other to provide the sexiest entertainment in town. 5 years ago, the MGM Grand, the largest of the casino hotels, started the trend by hiring dancers from one of Paris's most famous revues. Eva, Vera, Wendy, and Diva were plucked from the Crazy Horse.
Ok, vous voulez bien qu'on nettoie juste la fin? On compte? One more?
One more.
1, 2, 3.
Late afternoon, and it's rehearsal time. The choreographer is Volga, a former dancer at the Crazy Horse and a tough taskmaster. Now listen, that last part, when you crossed the legs, that wasn't quite together. Each routine is strictly based on the Parisian show. The owners of the MGM decided to recreate, among the slot machines, the glamour and ambience of a French cabaret. They came to Paris about 6 years ago to have a look at the cabaret and see how to recreate the same ambience here. Their idea is to say, this is the real Crazy Horse, the same show, the same dancers, and the same high standards. Last-minute stretching, backstage. The dancers are warming up just before the curtain goes up. The pace is intense. The girls perform 2 shows a night, 6 nights a week. They're given free accommodation and a salary of $3,000 a month and the chance to make a name for themselves in Vegas. I think all artists dream about performing in Las Vegas. I know I did when I was starting out, and I certainly thought I'd make it someday. Why Las Vegas? Because it's the home of just about the best shows anywhere. It's a bit like Broadway. It's a very special show town. The first number's underway, and Diva's putting the final touches to her makeup. This is the Crazy Horse red lipstick, which all the dancers have to wear to be real crazy. My name's Diva, and I'm ready to go on stage. Diva is 22. She came to Las Vegas a year and a half ago, after studying ballet for 7 years in France. Did you ever think one day you'd be in Las Vegas?
No.
No, never.
Même à la plage.
Even when I used to be on holiday on the beach and I'd sort of dance around a bit, people would say, you're great, but no, I never thought.
Ah oui, je ferai pas du topless sur la plage.
I didn't improvise on the beach anymore. Everything is rehearsed. I dance naked, but the lighting sort of covers me, so they never really see everything.
Comme une couverture de lumière sur moi. Je sais que les gens me voient jamais réellement nue.
Light cover or not, the audience seems to thoroughly enjoy Diva's performance.
C'est marrant qu'ils aient commencé à siffler.
It was fun, and they whistled. So you enjoyed it? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's an added plus, you know, it's flattering.
C'est flatteur.
The first show ends at 9:30. During their break, Diva and her girlfriends are in the cafeteria. It's an opportunity to exchange views on performing at night in Las Vegas. The Americans are quite extravagant. They do all sorts of things, well, anything really. So it's quite funny sometimes to see them. So what's different about the nights here as opposed to France? Well, it's more relaxed here, you could say. Shorter dresses, more nudity. It's a bit more vulgar, maybe, then. Yeah. In France, while you make yourself look pretty, there's still some limits. I mean, here, they can wear miniskirts, the girls dance around the table, they show everything. Does that shock you? Well, a bit, yeah. It's not terribly classy. But you don't mind dancing naked twice a night? No, because what we do is classy. It's not raunchy or vulgar. Are the nightclubs here raunchier too? Yes, certainly. It's just about getting sex, really. The Crazy Horse Show is about beauty and in relatively good taste. Outside, however, the Las Vegas nights can be very different. A sexually charged atmosphere that has helped earn Las Vegas a new nickname, Sin City. In just a few short years, Las Vegas has become the center of striptease. 30 clubs are involved in a fierce competition for business. To be the biggest, the sexiest, or the most elegant. The Olympic Garden Club has become a Las Vegas institution. It first opened 20 years ago and is owned by a Greek-American family. Today, the manager is the founder's daughter, Elena Eliades. The club is open 24/7 and does a roaring business on the weekend.
Oh, on a busy night, we can run 1,500 people in the course of the night.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
No.
Not at the same time.
That's a good business.
It is good business. That's why we're in it.
With a healthy turnover from entrance fees and beverages, the business is even more profitable for the Eliades as it does not pay its dancers. Instead, the girls rely on tips from the audience. But it's not on the dance floor that the girls make the most money. That happens in a room at the back of the club, known as the VIP suite. Here, clients can pay to have their own private strip show. It's special and very expensive, at least $300 for 30 minutes, a sum of money that many are willing to spend.
You have to understand why a guy comes here. And it's the psychology of what happens. Imagine a man who's on vacation in Las Vegas. He doesn't want to cheat on his wife, he just wants to have a nice time. So he comes to a place like this and sits down and relaxes and talks to a girl or has a girl dance for him, and he has a pleasurable evening, doesn't cheat on his wife, nothing happens, and he goes home. Just has a good time. There's one customer. The second customer is a guy who asks a girl out on a date 14 times and she tells him no. She never says yes. Over here, they approach him. They come up to him and he feels like a king. He feels important. It's a psychology. It's the ability to have a fantasy and not really have to live it. So really, what are they paying for? They're not so much paying for a dance. They're paying for someone to spend some time with them and for a short time to be very important to somebody.
A few blocks from the Olympic Garden is the Sapphire, the largest strip club in town. Every night there's a steady stream of limos and taxis dropping tourists off outside. And for each customer they drop off, the drivers get a special perk. Not just coffee and cookies, but also a $30 bonus for each customer.
They're making good money. The limo drivers, sometimes they bring 20 people. And one, they have this extra loan.
So if he brings 20 people, he wins
$30 a person, $600.
%80 of the club's business comes from the customers the taxis drop off. The rest from what goes on inside. On weekends, almost 300 striptease artists perform on 3 dance floors inside the Sapphire Club. The club policy is to hire the sexiest strippers possible to entice as much money as possible from the customers.
Good, baby.
Dozens of girls regularly apply for vacancies.
You want to go first then? Come on.
Jimmy, one of the club's managers, supervises. The first applicant, a Russian girl who's coming from Miami.
Yes, a little bit more.
So what do you think?
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, very pretty and very sexy, as you see. She has the right look for it. She has the right look,
Oh, yeah.
She has the personality, very pretty, nice smile. She qualified for a club. Thank you. All right, baby. It's great.
Jimmy is impressed and congratulates her enthusiastically.
You look so beautiful out there. You got the smile, you got the look on your face. I love it. Very pretty.
And then a brunette whose striptease routine is far more acrobatic.
Very nice. She looks very nice. Very athletic.
There are not so many girls who can do that,
No, she's very talented. And this is all we're looking for, beautiful girls that can do some different stage.
The audition is a great success. All the girls are first class.
Checking it out.
But before being admitted to the Sapphire Club, the management has to make sure they meet all the requirements.
Must have business license and a picture ID to verify the person, whoever. Because sometimes, they have, we got to make sure, if they do have the right ID, if they're on the right 21, over 21.
People from the police come here to check everything.
Sometimes they do that. Very rare, but they do. And we don't want to have any problem.
It's a business where you have to be very careful.
Very careful, yes. It's unique business, but we have to go by the rules.
Like in all the strip clubs, the girls will pay a fee of up to $100 to perform. Money they'll try and recoup through the clients.
It'll be Alexandria, right?
Yes.
And it's gonna be 55 here for tonight, so we'll just make sure.
And when you know how, it's money that can be recouped very quickly. Indeed, some of the girls are able to earn a lot of money. Logan is 33 years old and has been dancing in Las Vegas for 2 years.
I pay them when I walk in the door $40, but I can make back that money in no time. And then everything else is mine after I get my $40 back.
A good night, how much can you get?
You can make over $1,000 dancing.
$1,000.
You can make over that.
Just with dancing.
Yes. That's all you can do here.
$1,000.
You can make that. You can make that or more.
Yeah? What is your best night?
$2 grand. $2,000.
In the 2 years she's been performing, she's earned enough money to buy 2 houses. Thousands of girls come to seek their fortune in Las Vegas from all over the United States, attracted by the promise of easy money. It's estimated that there are between 15 and 20,000 registered strippers in the city. But getting started is not always easy. This trailer park is a 30-minute drive from the city center. Emily has been living here ever since she arrived from California 6 months ago, hoping to make it as a stripper.
This would be the living room.
Yeah.
Typically where I come home, watch movies, and find him playing video games.
Nick is Emily's boyfriend and her biggest fan.
He enjoys the fact that I'm a dancer. It's cute. I've never met any man who actually appreciates having a dancer for a girlfriend, but...
I've never really been the jealous type. I just kind of like, I know she's just going to dance, she's doing her thing, and she comes back home to me. So it's like, all right, cool, have fun. Do what you gotta do. I have no problem with it.
Jeans, 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 jeans. Jeans, jeans.
While Emily has the support of Nick, the same cannot be said of her family. They are strict Mormons, Christian fundamentalists. And Emily hasn't screwed up the courage to tell them what she does for a living.
My family doesn't know I'm a dancer. They honestly think I work at a hotel doing the free show that's there, that I'm a masked character, and they will be out here in May. So I don't know if I'll tell them, because being a dancer, most families, I would, not too many families look upon it very nicely.
And what do you think your family will think?
They would think I'm a whore. In blunt terms, they would think it's a form of prostitution.
Emily is getting ready for work. She's at the Seamless, one of the newest and hippest strip clubs in town. A long white fur coat, high heels, and red corset. Not the outfit you'd readily associate with a daughter of Mormons. While other girls exhibit themselves on the dance floor, Emily and some of the others lap dance, private dances for customers. It's sensual, but there are strict rules.
I could sit like this. 3 seconds.
Wow.
So 1, 2, 3. You can't do this. No.
Oh,
you have to be about this far apart.
And you never do this.
Oh, no.
Never.
If he touches me,
It's
he's
over.
out.
It's over.
done.
Over.
There is no more
Hands are here.
dance. Hands are constantly placed in my view.
What can I do?
Yeah.
Sit back and smile.
Sit back and enjoy it.
What it is I really want is for him to do to me what he wants to.
Who really follows these rules?
A lot of girls do, but some push it. So, every girl has their way of doing it, but if you want to not get fired, you follow the rules.
That's the official version. But just a few yards away, behind closed doors, other dancers are prepared to bend the rules and allow the customer to touch them. Some, to even earn more money, go beyond and verge into prostitution. It's happening all over Vegas. And yet it's against the law to offer sex in exchange for money. Bill Young was the sheriff of Las Vegas for 4 years.
Yeah,
He was in charge of the city's police.
those are definitely prostitutes. They're hiding because they see there's a camera there. You know, I've arrested prostitutes as young as 13 and 14 years old, and I've arrested them as old as in their mid-60s, so, every one of them's got a different story.
Today, the police seem powerless to stop the explosion of the sex trade. Prostitution is now one of Las Vegas's main tourist attractions.
Many of the visitors that are coming here are men without their wives or their girlfriend, or they're here to have a good time, and they all got a little bit of money in their pocket or they wouldn't be here. So this is a very good working environment for prostitutes because there's so many tourists that come here to have a good time. You know, I'm sure you've seen our marketing scheme. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You know, it's almost a license for people to come here and you know, do a little misbehaving or do something they of course normally wouldn't do at their home.
The outcome? Call girl agencies have become one of the most lucrative businesses in town. Trucks ply the streets, advertising half-naked girls and phone numbers. Every few hundred yards on the city's main thoroughfares, someone's distributing pamphlets. Inside are dozens of ads for call girls. Rapid service, in some cases where girls are promised to be at your door within 20 minutes. Photos, names, phone numbers and girls, it seems, to satisfy every whim. In a city where prostitution is officially banned, how can call girl agencies advertise, let alone exist, with apparent impunity? It's a question for the legal experts.
The reality is that they're not licensed as escort agencies. They're really licensed as out-call dance agencies where a stripper or a dancer can come to your room and perform a dance. A dance, being expressive, is protected by the freedom of speech provision of the First Amendment, so it has constitutional protection, which limits the government's ability to ban it.
The call girl agencies have found the way to deal with the police. Protected by the First Amendment of the American Constitution, more than 100 of their ads can even be found in the Las Vegas Yellow Pages. Students, older women, Asian, California blondes. Nothing that indicates that this is prostitution.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hey, well, I can send a
Over the phone, the agencies take great care not to mention sex.
When you mean entertainment, you mean sex?
That's illegal. I mean that she discusses all the details in the room, honey. Why don't you just let me send you a girl and see if you guys can work?
No way of getting more details, so a different approach is needed.
How does it work? Do you have a choice of girls?
Oh, of course. I have blonde, brunette, black, Spanish, redhead, whatever you like. What kind of lady do you like?
I will like a beautiful one.
Okay.
And maybe, I don't know, what do you have? A blonde one?
Okay. How about she is long blonde hair and green eyes. She is 24 years old. She's 5'6", she's 120 pounds. She's a 36, 26, 34, and she's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Okay, so about probably 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Okay, honey, bye-bye.
For $165, the agency promises to have the girl in the bedroom within 20 minutes. In Vegas, ordering sex is as easy as ordering pizza.
What's wrong with your ear?
But one call girl has agreed to talk. She's an independent and has, surprisingly, consented to show her face on camera. Erin has lived in Vegas for a couple of years. She has her own website, which her clients use to make appointments. She manages her work like any businesswoman. Her customers are filed and listed in alphabetical order.
This is just the letter S. Just the letter S. Okay. This is how many S's I've seen. So there's still 25 other letters of the alphabet.
You know how many customers you have?
Oh boy. No, I don't know. I have no idea.
It's impossible to say how many customers did you have during your whole life.
Impossible. Absolutely impossible.
Thousands?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And we'll put some of those back in the fridge.
Erin is a 37-year-old single mother of 2 boys, aged 8 and 17. Both are aware of how she makes a living.
The big decision was to be honest about it in our family. And that has helped them both, in the end, be balanced with it.
But it's difficult for them, you think? Or it has been difficult?
It has been difficult, but we've come to, you know, they both understand that I'm able to make as much working a few days a week. It's, you know, it's the only way that I can be a mother and a father in this family and make the income to support them.
Yes, but you could make another kind of income.
I could never make the same income and support them and be home. Did I tell you first or did your dad tell you?
You did.
I did? I thought your dad did. Did I? When did I tell you?
9, 10. But it wasn't the full thing, it was just like, told me a little bit about it and enough for me.
And what was your first reaction? Your first impression?
I didn't really know what it was. I was just like, okay, you talk to people. Cool. And then that was about it.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand it.
Well, do you and Rise have, he gets upset when I go to work, though, doesn't he? Yeah.
It's hard because you're not here any like night, so it's like, we're probably alone till about like 11.
Yeah, that's really, that's really difficult.
And sometimes you think it's more difficult maybe for your brothers than for you? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I kind of like being alone, but my little brother had a hard time with it.
Hello?
A customer is on the phone.
Hi there, how are you?
Erin sets up an appointment 2 hours later in one of the city's largest casino hotels.
Okay, okay. Do I need to bring any stuff in my suitcase? Okay, that sounds great. I'll see you at 6. Okay, bye-bye. This is a long appointment. This is 4 hours. And
4 hours appointment?
Yeah, this is 4 hours, which
So
is
how much?
pretty long. I don't know, it's probably at least 1,000. Yeah, at least.
$1,000 for 4 hours?
Yeah.
Erin dresses discreetly with not too much makeup. She doesn't want to draw the attention of the police or hotel security.
My clients appreciate that too, a lot more, because they don't want to be, they would like to go out with me. They would like to take me to dinner.
And they want you to look like a girlfriend.
A girlfriend to bring along. I'd like to bring these, because often you'll bring out these.
When she's working, Erin always brings a small case in which she keeps sexy clothes and an array of gadgets.
That's part of the reason that people also call an escort, is because at home they don't get a chance to explore anything or play with anything. And so this gives them lots of ample opportunity to explore things that maybe they wouldn't try. 3 outfits later.
Erin is now ready to go. Her constant worry is being picked up by the police and not being able to look after her kids.
Let it go. Am I right?
He hasn't never walked today either.
Yes, he has.
Has he?
No.
Oh,
She's actively involved in the campaign to legalize prostitution.
Have a good day. How's your back?
Annie was a prostitute and went through many of the same experiences as Erin. But Annie has now put her past firmly behind her. She's found God and has set up an association that she calls Hookers for Jesus. Tonight, she's meeting with local preachers. Most are born-again Christians, a notion that's increasingly popular in the United States.
What causes division among us?
The newly converted take turns in telling their stories. A former Hell's Angel who has renounced violence, or a former battered wife, all here have become missionaries for Christ.
Basically, what he told me scared me, so I quit working.
Annie's up next. Over the next 30 minutes, she unashamedly details her former life and how she found redemption.
We are not to be sold, and we are not to be exploited for what we look like or what we dress like. And sex is so sacred. It's something that God's given to us as a gift. And we can have wonderful sex, but in a marriage only. And what other things God showed me was that he wanted me to help the women in Las Vegas. You can give them an education and show them that Jesus was the man that they've always been looking for. He is their prince. He is their Richard Gere from Pretty Woman to rescue them. And he wants to come up and he wants to crawl up that ladder and he wants to bring the roses to them and he wants to take them away from the bad life that they're living. And I want to give you guys a praise report. Thank you. It's all glory to God. None of this is possible without him.
Okay, look at Jesus.
Aged 37, Annie considers herself a survivor.
I was very successful. I was the top girl at all the agencies, the top blonde. And back then there was a shortage of women. We had an overabundance of calls of clients, and I would get all the calls. I would work 12-hour shifts, sometimes 24-hour shifts. I would work every day of the week, making thousands and thousands of dollars. In the beginning, it was glamorous. I had money, I had jewelry, cars, I hung out at the nightclubs, I danced and just, I enjoyed myself. And I had a lot of famous clientele, a lot of different movie stars, politicians, people even in the church, believe it or not. And
how many money did you get each month?
It just depends. If it was a good convention month, anywhere from, $30,000 on the low end to $100,000.
$100,000?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Very easy.
How many customers each night?
On a slow night, it was 5, and on a really busy night, 20.
20. It sounds impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
But how could you manage to have 20 customers in the same night?
Well, the thing is that when you're working, it's very easy. If you're greedy for the money, you can tell people, hurry up, and go from call to call to call to call. And sometimes there's 10 men in one room. So it becomes a very simple thing to do.
Today, Annie's mission in life is trying to convince girls to give up prostitution through religion. She often spends the nights in casinos in an effort to spread the word.
I was afraid to be in this casino for many, many years. Because the security hated me here.
This is one of the most exclusive places in Vegas, a magnet for call girls looking for rich clients. Annie spots a single girl at the bar and eases into a conversation.
What's up with these bartenders? Sorry. I used to work this town. I was a dancer, entertainer, all that stuff, and it took me down, man. So just be careful, because you're so beautiful, and people take advantage of you, and you look like a California girl.
I know, everybody says that.
And you know what? And God loves you so much. And your life purpose is not this.
I know.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Only reason why I can say this because
They talk for over 30 minutes. The girl works for a pimp and has been in Las Vegas for just 2 months.
You can call me. I don't care if it's 2 or 3 in the morning, Courtney. I'll come get you. It don't matter where you're at.
Annie understands how the girls feel, isolated and vulnerable. Afraid of their pimps, afraid of the police, even of their clients, never sure what kind of person they might end up meeting.
So many.
You lose some of your friends?
I have lost my friends. Like good friends.
She has been killed?
Yes.
By a customer? Or by...
Yes. Shot in her head. She just had a baby. And the customer came into where she was working and he just shot her in the head for no reason. He didn't even date her. He just came up and said, I have something for you, and he shot her. Yeah. You can't be safe anywhere. I'm sorry, you can't. In the room, in the brothel, on the street. If people want to, if If the clients want to kill you, they're going to do it. There's sick people out there.
Every year, about a dozen prostitutes are found dead, murdered in hotel rooms or buried in the desert. Several are now actively campaigning for the legalization of brothels. In fact, they already exist in Nevada, but about 1 hour's drive from Las Vegas in the desert. In some rural counties, brothels are permitted. Sheri's Ranch, one of the more elegant, is in the middle of nowhere. It's run by a company that already owns 2 strip clubs in Vegas. Inside, it looks like a typical American bar, although the people here are a little less dressed than usual. Sheri's employs 25 girls full-time. The client usually takes his pick over a drink and a chat at the bar, but there are some other less conventional ways too.
Where do you live, sweetheart? Whenever the red light is flashing, that means that a gentleman is waiting in the parlor for us to do a lineup.
And what is known as lining is when the hostesses parade up and down for the benefit of the customer.
Ladies from the left, ladies from the right, please. Ladies, please introduce yourself.
Perfect hair, high heels, and lingerie. Girls are available 24 hours a day. After a few minutes, the client has made his choice, and the action moves to the other side of the building, where each of the girls has her own bedroom.
This is where I stay. It's very comfortable.
You have to book it for 1 month or...
2 weeks. We have to book for 2 weeks.
All the bedrooms are identical, about 100 square feet, a small bathroom and closed-circuit TV to observe the customers waiting at the bar.
This is our menu. These are the house specialties. We've got different parties, massages, exchange massages, lingerie shows, vibrator parties, couple parties, blowjobs, straight sex. Anything that you want can happen here. We've got gentlemen that come in here with scripts written up for fantasy parties, and we can make all your fantasies come true here.
And it's not just in the bedroom where the customer can live out his fantasies.
This bathtub accommodates 2 to 3 people nicely if you're having a sex party. We like to fill it up with bubbles from here, put on some nice music, perhaps a bottle of champagne, and we get the bubbles going from the ceiling. And all girls love bubbles. This is our newest addition right here. If a lady is interested, or if a gentleman is interested in having an intimate dinner and conversation with a woman, he can do that in this room. And what's so wonderful about it is after the dinner, they get a blowjob under the table.
Lorraine Harper is an experienced businesswoman. Before managing the brothel, she spent 25 years working in the casinos in Las Vegas. She personally selects all her employees, carefully studying their job applications, which are sent by email.
What do you think of this girl? What do you think?
She's got a cute face. She's got a nice body.
Yeah?
So I sent her an email back requesting some more information. She sent me that email, and I talked to her on the phone. She sounds very pleasant. She communicates well. She sounds like she's got a very nice personality. So I actually booked her in March 12th for 2 weeks.
The same rules apply for each girl. They're hired for 2 weeks, during which time they're not allowed to leave the premises. Kimmery's been coming here for 15 years. She's now 47 and a grandmother of 2.
It's a money trap, okay? Once a woman has started working in this industry, I mean, where can you make up to $250,000 a year with no education, no degree, and no business?
They're not working girls outside. They work strictly at the brothels. When they leave here, they go home to their normal lives. They go home to their houses, their husbands, their children.
Their husbands? You mean there are some girls who work here who have family husbands?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a profession. This is a legitimate profession. This is their line of work. These are their careers. So they come here and they work their 2 weeks, and then they go home, and they go back to their wives.
It's good money, and every morning Lorraine goes through the accounts.
Yeah. For a Tuesday, it was a pretty good day. All the girls made money. No, I'm not going to tell you how much they made.
How many customers?
We had 28 customers total.
28 customers. It's around $28,000 for the around.
What I will tell you is that the girls are happy.
And you, are you happy?
I am happy.
So
I'm happy when they're happy.
Profits are split equally between the girl and management. But prices can vary, and it's up to the girl to negotiate with her client.
Oh, sorry. I'm so scare you.
To reduce the risk of fraud, there are microphones in each bedroom, so negotiations can be monitored. And everything is recorded on computer. For example, on this occasion, Sophia started by asking a customer for $5,000, before finally agreeing to a fee of $3,000. For that kind of money, the client is entitled to special treatment, such as spending time in one of the VIP suites at the bottom of the garden.
This one we can go inside or?
No, this bungalow is busy. See the porch light on? That means that bungalow is in use. So we're going to go by that bungalow, unless you would like to pay for a voyeur party.
How much do I pay to see what happened in this bungalow?
How many credit cards do you have, baby?
Are you playing with the full deck?
The Pompeii suite is off limits to the camera.
So how is
But here's the Oriental Nights room instead.
Have a seat, talk, and
More than 480 square feet, with its private jacuzzi and unique decor, very much in the style of the 1001 Nights.
I get one today.
On the table, the prices, between $3,000 and $20,000, with champagne and lobster included, of course.
These are nice.
The minimum on these bungalows is $3,000.
$3,000.
$3,000.
For one night.
Not for one night. That is
Perhaps
for
an hour.
And perhaps an hour. Wow.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that when you party in here, it's unlimited sexual activity. It's an open bar. You get the VIP red carpet treatment. These are for our high rollers, people that come to Vegas that do a lot of gambling, people that just come in for the experience as well. This is the Arabian Nights. A lot of times a guy comes in here and wants to pick his harem. So he'll pick several ladies.
And if you don't like harems, then why not choose the King Arthur Medieval Suite?
Bungalow is this one?
Or the Safari Room, with its African decorations and an imitation tiger skin bed cover. And for those who missed the 1970s, the perfect suite, equipped with disco balls to create the right atmosphere.
I did my math.
Did you?
Morning, and I found the revenue is around $4 million a year.
Really? My advice to you is stick to documentaries. Do not become a mathematician.
Is it more or less? Is it more or less?
It's more.
More? So it's a very good business.
It's a good business. It's a very good business. Sex sells. Globally. Sex sells.
There are some 30 whorehouses like this one across Nevada. The only place in the USA where they're legal. And they're highly lucrative, virtual gold mines in the middle of the sands.